Well, YouTube, it's actually the next day, and the towels you just saw there have been washed and rehung, and the bed's done and made. And the after I shot the video yesterday, when I talked about my 5 favorite indoor modifications that we've made, I asked my wife, who's sometimes affectionately known as the spousal unit, what her 5 favorite indoor mods were to this. And her answers were a bit different than mine. She immediately came back and said the 4th drawer, the pop-up outlet, and the counter extension, which was one of mine. But she also said that the bedroom fan and the hanger that we installed in the bathroom. So I'm going to tell you what all those things are. So before I do that, let me come around here, and I think it might be better if I turn some lights on. Light it up in here a little bit. So let me tell you what she means when she said the 4th drawer. Well, the 4th drawer, let me back up here so you can see this. Okay, right there you can see there's 4 drawers behind that door. Well, originally the trailer came with 3 of them. They were spaced a little bit farther apart than they are now, and there's plenty of room in there. They have to be removable because you have to access the water pump and the furnace through there. But the spacing on it was such that the wife said, you know, there's room, we could put another drawer in there. So being the kind of guy I am, I took that upon it as a challenge. So what I ended up doing is I ended up removing one of the existing 3 drawers and using it as a pattern. And I made a 4th drawer, and it's actually the bottom one. And then I reinstalled all 4 of the drawers back in there with the proper type of hardware, slider. And so I ended up giving her her 4th drawer so she could carry a bunch more of her household paraphernalia. So let me kind of show you what's there. See if I can do this and hold on to the camera. The bottom drawer, which is the one I actually made, is a spice drawer. So she's, as you can see, she's got all that kind of stuff in there. The 2nd drawer has got like the spatulas and stuff like that, and hot pads and trivets and dish towels. 3rd drawer's got more of her stuff. Scissors and can opener and tongs for flipping steaks on the grill and that kind of thing. And then the top drawer, of course, is silverware. So that's what it meant by the 4th drawer. And she thought that was an absolute #1 thing. That was the most popular mod that we made. And I was able to do that for her. You can see a little bit of difference. I made the bottom drawer a little bit heavier duty than this one. You can see the difference in the sides of the drawer right there. And the reason why I did that is because that's the material I happen to have laying around. And I thought these upper drawers were a little bit flimsy. They initially, by the way, came a natural wood color. And in order to make them match, you know what I actually did? That's Gorilla Tape. It happened to be absolutely the right color. So I put Gorilla Tape on the front of those 4 drawers, and that matched that color. Now, one more thing before I close this back up again, is you notice that these drawers, they don't go all the way to the back. And there's a little room back there. All right, and that kind of figures into what her 2nd most favorite thing is. So let me stand up here and show you that. That is back in the back here. There's a little bit of dead space behind everything. And this kitchen only came with 1 outlet. Let me turn on this light here, give you a little more light. This only came with 1 outlet, which is that one right there, which is kind of in the way of everything. And so she wanted the capability when she needed it, if she wanted more outlets. Well, I was originally going to try to put another one there, but that's almost impossible the way this trailer's made. That's actually a special kind of outlet that I couldn't even find anywhere, because I was just going to replace it with a 2-gang outlet, and that didn't work. So what I ended up doing is I'm putting this thing in. There we go. That thing has 3 outlets and USB ports on it. So when she wants to plug something else in, she pops that thing up, and she can use that, and then when she's done, she just pushes it down, and it locks out of the way, and it's totally unobtrusive. So the pop-up outlet was her #2 thing that she liked as far as mods go. And I managed to do that. And there's a, like I said, there's a little dead space back in here. So when this is pushed down, it's not blocking anything. Okay, the third thing was the counter extension. We talked about that last time. But for those of you that didn't watch that, this trailer didn't originally come with one of these. And as a result, I ended up installing one. And the more modern versions, the later versions of this trailer did come with one. And but they mounted it down lower. So there was actually a step down. And we didn't want to do that. So this in here, we tried to make it as even as we could. Now, as I said in the last video, and if you watch my last video and you hear me repeating myself, I apologize for that. But this was a little more complicated because that paneling down there is only 1/8-inch paneling. So I had to go on the inside of that, and I had to reinforce that with 1/2-inch plywood in order to get enough strength there so this thing would actually support some weight. Because otherwise it would have just ended up ripping out those screws there and it wouldn't have lasted very long. So this was both my number 3 favorite thing and her number 3 favorite thing. Okay, the number 4 favorite thing of hers, as she said, is the fan in the bedroom. Let me show you what that is. By the way, when I shot the last video here, the bed wasn't made, but now the bed's made. And the clean sheets and all that. But what she was talking about was that fan up there. Now this room is a little bit small, and especially when it's warm, it gets kind of stuffy in here. And so we mounted that fan up there, and we run the cord across. And this thing up here in the corner, there's the cord. And this thing up there in the corner is actually designed, there's a hard point back behind this wall to hang a TV. So you have the cable connection up here, and you have a receptacle up here to plug the TV in. So I can plug that fan into that. And that fan on low just keeps a little bit of air moving in here. So in the times when it gets a little hot and stuffy in here, that fan keeps things moving. Now, we mounted it to this thing here, this cross piece that goes across here. And when I get to the number 5 thing, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. So pay attention to how that cross piece goes across there. And let me move out here. And the 5th thing that she likes is our hangers. And I mounted these up here. And I'm going to tell you a little bit. I'm going to go back to the bathroom because I got one in the bathroom, and I'll explain that a little bit better here. But this one here, if you look at it real close, it's actually one that had 6 hooks on it. I cut it in half. I put half of it here, and I put the other half over there. Now that one was no problem because there's a hard point behind there for mounting a TV. This one here was a little bit more of a challenge because there's nothing behind it to give it strength. So I suppose if I pulled on it hard enough, I could rip that out of the wall, but I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. So anyway, I put that one here, and this is her 5th favorite thing. And I come back in here to the bathroom, and I put a full one up there above the door. That gives you a place when you take a shower. It gives you a place to hang stuff, and it gives you a place to hang your robe and your pants and all that kind of stuff while you're taking a shower. Because even though this is a pretty good sized bathroom as far as trailers go, it's really not very big. And as you see, when you close the door, then it gives you the ability to utilize that space while you're taking a shower. By the way, hi there. The mirror was also a modification I made. I actually put that on there with double-sided tape, and that way it stays on the back side of the door. And we both, the wife and I both have a full-length mirror, so when we want to look pretty. So anyway, now let me tell you about, I told you on the other door here, I told you about this piece here. Well, my trailer is primarily framed out of aluminum. But in order to keep this thing from flexing, by flexing, I mean, this is basically a big box, and it gets bounced around a lot while it's traveling. Well, it'd be pretty easy, if you look at my thumb as the floor and you look at my fingers as the wall, it'd be pretty easy for the thing to try to start flexing this way. So it needs some kind of shear strength. So right across here is a pretty good sized wooden beam. It goes all the way across, and the other one on the other side where the other door is, by the bedroom there, that's got one of those as well. And that provides shear to keep the trailer from doing one of these numbers And if you can imagine, imagine a cardboard box when you try to fold up a cardboard box and you open up both ends of it and then it just collapses. Well, that's the way this whole trailer would do if it didn't have something for shear. So it has shear strength built into this wall, and it has shear strength built into that wall behind the kitchen sink over there, which is one of the reasons why it's so hard to put an electrical outlet in there. So anyway, that was her favorite. Let me get back around here. That was her 5 favorite things. Number 3 was the same as my number 3, but she had some other ones. So I figure some of you might be interested in that. And so as always, let me close by telling you to take care of each other, love each other, and it's a beautiful day. And be thankful for what you have, because there's a whole lot of people that don't have what you have. And I'll be back again with another one pretty quick. I got to replace the slide out seal, which is actually located kind of right behind this piece here on the outside. And I've got to do that, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. So for right now, I'm just going to tell you till I talk to you again. Peace out.